All right, guys. So we are recording. Uh, Everyone can see my screen. I think that is okay, right? Sound is clear. Let me see the recording. Yeah, it's working. Good. Let's continue. So the next thing is getting all the item, right? Get all, like our books. So in source folder, we have books, right? Here we already have the route now, book routes and book controller, right? So in the route, what will be the route to get all the books route, right? What will be the route to, to get all the books? So always remember, that was the create, right? Post. Okay, we have this book router. Same thing, like getting all will be like book router dot get. And when you hit like localhost 5000 http localhost 5000 slash books should give you all the routes, right? All the books. Okay, and here we can call it get all books. Let's see what I have added. List all book, right? So let's copy that and put here. Okay, get all book or list books. Okay, books, right? So we need to import. We don't have here, right? See, we don't have, we are not exporting from our controller yet. What is this? This is just a function, right? This is just a controller or function, okay, which will do the job for getting all the books. So let's go to the book controller here, and we're gonna create the like list books controller, right? Our function const list books equal to async function, right? And it will be arrow function, so you just put like this and bracket. Clear? So this list book you're gonna export, right? List books, and you're gonna get in your router here. So you are importing from your controller, you just get that here, list books. Now see, so the error is gone now, right? So we have the route. The route will be something like this: http colon slash slash localhost 5, I think 5000, right? 5000 slash books, and it should give you the list of all books. Okay, if you look at the app, right? App, look at here. Sorry, this is API books, right? We have to write API slash books. Okay, that's what will be the right API slash books, and that will give us the list of all books. Slash means up to this point, right? Whatever we have the base URL. Of course, http localhost 5000 slash API slash books. If we add something here, right? If you add something here like list, then it will be books slash list. That's how it works. But nothing, then you just keep it like that. This will be whatever the root route, right? Plus the AP, this part. Fine. So this is our route. Let's go back and complete our controller now, right? So in controller, always you can have request, response, and next function, right? This one inside your controller, always 3 parameter: request, response, and next. Okay, then how you gonna get the book, right? So just write const book equal to, oh wait, because this is network call, you are going to call your MongoDB, right? So book model dot find. So this will find all the books, right? It will just find all the books. Okay, and then you can basically return, right? Like res, let's call it return, maybe a response. I think you can write return, right? Res dot JSON, and you pass the book. Okay, whatever book you get, right here, just pass here. or you can just leave it, it is still work. Okay, fine. So we can put this in try catch, right? Try catch block, because it might have some network error. So we need to get the error, we need to handle error. So just put the OK code inside try catch, and if something error, right, you can just return, maybe this one. Okay, so return next, just return next, right? This is the one. And then inside you pass the create http error function with the status and the error code. Okay, I just added one extra one which we don't need. So the one more thing, right, if you want to like add some sorting, okay, like populate the data based on author and author name, right, author and name, then you can add here also, that is fine. If not, you can leave it, it will work, right? So there is a something function called populate inside the book model, right? You can just call that, and you can just pass like author and also maybe the name, right? Okay, that is fine. So let's test this, right? See if this will work. Okay, so we go to our Postman, and here API books. So this is creating, right? So let's go to the get here. So localhost 5000 API books, right? And let's send the request. So I don't know if the server is running. Let me check quickly. Here, yeah, it's running, right? So that's fine. I'm gonna, I'm just gonna request now, right? Just send, and we got the request, right? I mean, basically we get the data. So look at this data now, right? See, always you're gonna have array, and inside you're gonna get the data in the form of object, right? Like this. Look at here. So this object, right? You have ID, title, description, author is there, right? Author name. Look at that. Is sorting on the base of this author name, right? Then you have what else? Cover image, file, genre, created, updated ad, right? So if you let's see. If you look at the cover image, right? It has the book covers. Look at the last one, book covers, and whatever the file name, okay? And also in the PDF file, book PDF, right? So if you click this link now, if you click this link, right? So it will open that, that PDF. You have access to that book already. Look at that. Okay. You have access to that book, right? And even this image also. If you click this, it should open, right? Somewhere. Yeah, it's just open. Oh, what I have done. Okay, let's click. So you can see, you can access this cover also, right? I think I delete everything, right? Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so we just we just learn how to get all all books, right? We have only one, that's why you see one, right? You can add more, it will display all the books in the form of array inside object, right? This is one book. If there are many, you're gonna get many objects like that. Okay, that is the all story, right? Okay, fine, let's try to get this with ID now, right? Single book with this ID. So that will be the second one to do, right? What I need to do is GitHub. So book API in what is that? Okay, that is not. We are working on the getting all book, right? And now we're going to work on getting single book. So list all book now is getting single book with ID, right? So this will be the route. I will explain now. So again, go back to the route right here. After this place, so get single book, right? Get single book, that's the controller. Okay, the reason I have ID, right? Up to here is what? HTTP localhost 5000 slash API slash books slash ID. Okay, it will be something like this, right? So I'll just copy this and see if I have another one here. No, I don't have, right? So I'll just add one more here and put this get, right? And slash, just move it next to the other one. Slash, you're gonna need ID, right? This ID. So see what happened, right? You want to get details of one of the book. What you do is you click on that, right? And it has ID attached, this ID attached, okay? And based on that ID, you get the whole details of that book. It will be this ID, right? So this will be what in the HTTP in our browser, right? The thing is how you're gonna access this ID. This is the parameter params. So that's how we can access, right? We have to give the name of that params. So the name will be here, right? Okay, first let's create the controller. Let's go to the controller. And it should be something like this. I'll just copy up here, right? And then explain. So just below this, let's call it get single book, right? Here, okay? And the function has to be closed like that, okay? So get single book, again, same thing, async function with request, response, and next function, right? We know that. The format is same. Now, inside this block, right, the first thing we do is request.params.bookid. Look at this name, right? Request.params. So if you need to read anything from here, like, okay, let me delete that. Just close. Let's go back here, right? And then copy this route. Okay, copy this route and go to the browser. And for example, you paste like this, right? You want to read this params, okay? So up to here is okay. That's our route. And colon ID. That is what we have given the name. So let's check the code now right here. So in the route, if you go back, right? If you see that slash up to slash is okay. Then colon book ID. This name you're gonna find inside the params request.params, right? Request.params book ID, okay? After this point, colon book ID. So how you can access that inside your controller? Because when you click on this, when you hit this route, right? This will run. This gonna run. It will call the get single book controller, which is here. Now inside this function, we're gonna take care of the rest of the work. First thing is accessing this ID. Okay. Request.params.bookid. You may be thinking where we getting this. That's coming from the route, right? Here, the way we define, that is that ID, book ID. That's the name, right? Okay. So we have the ID now. Delete. What is this? Oh, okay. I have done something wrong, right? This will be not there, but outside. Okay. So we got the ID now, right? So we need to know how to fetch the data from with ID. Okay, so that is same thing, you know, you call the MongoDB right book model, then find one and you pass the ID, right? And then again, if you want, you can populate with the author and name also. If you want to populate the author and name, you can just put populate author name, right? So this will be just basically, let's see. Okay, let's remove this one, right? And see what happened. Okay. So I will just copy again all these things and paste here. So we have try catch block, right? What I will do, I'm just gonna remove this for now and see the data one time, and then with what you call that, with like basically the populate, basically why we have populate, right? Why we put populate with author ID and basically author and name, right? See, there is a relationship now in the database. Okay, who is the author of this book, right? Like who is signed in, who is the logged in user, their information if you want to populate, right? Then only you have to call that. Okay, there is also sorting, you can sort this also, right? But let's not worry about that. You just want to name of the author, then you can use that one. Okay, so if you don't, okay, let's keep it like that and I will show you, and then again we're gonna add that back, right? So first we're gonna get the book, like await, of course, book model dot find one. This is the function to get single book. Okay, before was find, right? Find will get you all the books. Okay, but find one will get you single book, right? And you just pass the object with ID. So we have ID here, we pass that, right? We're done. We'll check if no book, then return the error, right? And finish. If there is no book with that ID, just return the error. We're done, right? But if there is book, then return JSON, rest JSON book, right? You can do that. Okay, also let's put the return, better to add return, right? Okay, let's put that. So return the book here, right? And then if something goes wrong in the try section, you have the same thing, catch error, same thing, right? So let's run this code and see what happened in our Postman. Okay, so I have this link, a route to get single book with ID. I have this book in the system, right? I should get that. So send request, and it gave me error, right? Why? Something did not work. Okay, let me check. API books and the ID, right? So here we are getting this. That's not a problem. Let me just copy this also, right, and put in the browser. So if I go back, if I just send this link request also, right, it will not gonna work because we have already error there. So let me take this out now and enter, right? Again, we are getting some kind of error. Okay, so let's find what is the error, right? So let's look at our server. Okay, guys, what we have done, right? Mistake. Look at this. Gets. I need to export this. Oh my god. Okay. I created the function, but I never export. So get single book, right? And also we have to go to our router. See, this is missing. No more there. So we have to receive that. Get single book, right? Basically single book. Now you have this. Okay. Now try, right? Looks okay. Server is running. Let's wait. Connected to database successfully. Fine. So let's click and check. So you have this, right? And we are using this ID to access the book with single ID, right? So here you need to remove that colon, enter, and see we get that again, right? It's work. Okay, but this time author has just the author ID, right? If you want to have the name, then you need to put the populate. Okay, so let's check now. Let's go back to our route, basically controller here. And when you're getting this book, right, find one dot populate. So if you want to have a relationship, right, between different fields, like you want to get information about the author, then you have to use the populate, right? Basically to add extra fields, something like that, right? So here will be author, and you want to get the name, right? Author name. So let's see, save this and refresh one more time, right? And okay, so see, author, now we have ID and also the name we get, right? Robert. Okay, that is the person who is logged in right now, right? Remember, we are sending the header here, authorization, right? Or header, where is the header, guys? I think that's the one we send. I think somewhere is missing, right? I don't see here. I don't know why, but in our, remember in our post, right? If you go back to our authorization, see, we have this token already. Okay, when we created, right, we created with this token, and this token information is the person who is logged in, right? That's why when you register in a post, Robert, and their email password, right? So that's the name of the author. Okay, so fine. So we did what? We get single item, get all item, right? Now the point is update. Okay, in case of update, right, what we will do, see, what we need to understand, right? When we update, we have to update. That is the complex part. Okay, and also delete, right? So let's try to understand how it will work. Okay, let me delete all this. Just understand as a, like in the basic general, right? Let's say this is our server, right? This is the server. Just imagine this is our server. Server means what? Our project app, like we have app.ts, we running all the code in that, right? Or maybe server.js, ts, whatever. Our project folder where you have server running, okay? From there, you're going to upload the file, right? You can upload the file. It will go to the, like you uploading file. Somehow you uploading file, right? And the file will go to the Cloudinary, correct? Cloudinary. So when you update, and also, right, after going here, there will be two files, the image and the PDF, right? Let's say you want to update this. After done with the Cloudinary, we load the data. After that, we load the data to our MongoDB, right? Because we need the link for this file and this file plus whatever text we have input, like text here, right? Post, where is post? So when you, not that one, but this one, right? Let's see, go to the body. Yeah. So title, description, this will be the requested body data, and the file will be, basically inside our, this file will go to the, by using Multer, we can store in the local storage, and from there it will be sent to the Cloudinary, right? And this work happened first, like loading the file to the Cloudinary and getting back the response with the link for those file. Okay, so once you have a link, then you get all the data put in the object and then sent to the MongoDB, right? So when we update, what's gonna happen? Can you guess? Same thing, almost same thing. We're gonna update this one. We're just gonna update the Cloudinary, and we're gonna get the link from there again, right? And then finally we're gonna update our MongoDB. Same process. So we have to check if we have the book. First, we have to check if we have that whatever we are updating, right? Like book with the ID, whichever ID we are updating, we need to check if we have the item inside here or not in the MongoDB. Once we verify that, also we need to, I think we're gonna do the login, right? Also we're gonna check if the user is logged in or not. Only logged in user can update. That is the second part also, right? And then after we're gonna upload, same thing, we're gonna upload the images here and file. We're gonna get the link back and then finally call the update from the MongoDB, right? MongoDB client. Okay. So these are the few steps we have to take here. And same thing with the delete also, right? In the case of delete, we're gonna call the delete action on the file here, Cloudinary. So you're gonna delete with one of the ID, right? Or update with one of the ID. Okay. So we're gonna delete something from here with that ID, related to that ID, the images and PDF, and then finally go back in the MongoDB and delete the whole data, right? So we clean the Cloudinary data and also here. Okay. So that will be also the delete, almost same. So let's work on that. If you get the idea, that's okay. Let's continue. Let's see. So okay, so I think, okay, we have delete first. First one is delete, right? Fine. So again, same thing, first you need the route for the delete, right? So let's copy that, add the route, go back to our, not here. Okay, so go to the route. Now the next route will be book router here, delete that, no need to add this, right? So here you can call, right, like delete, right? Delete route. Okay. And this one is get single book, right? And it will be something like this with ID, right? Whatever ID. Okay, here. So just remember that ID. Now the delete will be same thing. Look at here, you're gonna, if you have this route, right, that means you're gonna have ID here, you're gonna need ID. Okay. Let's copy one ID and put it there, right? Let's go back to get here and I'll check the ID. Okay, and let's for now add it here, for example. Okay, so the same route is for delete also, same process, right? Fine. So we need a controller, delete book controller. So here you're gonna, like, that's a lot of code, so let's try to get one by one, right? So up to here is same, delete book controller, you're gonna return that. Okay, async request response, the function gonna have this 3 parameter. Then we need to get the ID of the book, that is the first thing, right? The second thing is, once we have ID, right, we will check if this book ID is inside our MongoDB or not. Okay, so same process again, we're gonna, like book const book equal to await book model. We have to call book model, right, to enter inside the, or find one in the MongoDB with passing ID. Same thing, that's how you get the book, single book. We'll check, if no book, then return, right? Book not found, 404, done. Okay, now let's say we have, if there is a book, then this process not gonna happen. Now you move to the next line of code. Okay, so the next step is check for the access, like if the user is registered or not, right? If there is a user session or not. Okay, so right now we are there, right? We have the session in our the logged in with the robot, right? So we will check. So this is the same thing what we did yesterday, right? With our create book. Okay. So we have, like first you're gonna create auth request. We have to import this now, right? We have imported already, correct? Let me check here. We have this one, okay? Auth request from the config authenticate, right? So you're gonna get that auth request. It has the user ID, right? Already inside. So let's go to the bottom. So we will check now if book.author, right? See, inside this book there is author. This author has ID, correct? This author has already ID. That is what we stored. Is not equal to request dot user ID. That's how we check, right? If the book we are trying to access author ID is equal to this or not, okay? If they are not equal, then just return the error. You cannot update the author book, right? Or we can call it, you cannot delete the author book, because we are working with delete. So we just call it, you cannot delete other book, or like something like that, right? Okay. This ID, the request ID, right, must match with the book author. See, if you console log here, if you console log here, right, console.log book, you're gonna get all the details of book. That is something like this, right? You're gonna get something like this. Okay, you're gonna get something like that, right? So here, because here we are not populating the author, if you populate here, then you must do author dot underscore ID to get this ID, right? Okay, and then convert to string, right? And then if that is not equal to requested user ID, again the same ID, right? This ID will of the author, which is the logged in author, has a user ID also, right? Which is we stored in the authenticate. What is that? In the config, right? Authenticate here. So we created that all yesterday. Remember that we extend the request with the auth request by adding this user ID inside. So maybe you're thinking this is okay, what is this extend and all that, right? Just imagine this request has few property. This is object, right? It has few property built inside, type checking, okay? But what we did is we added extra, right? By extending and give a new name, like auth request. That is all. We just create the extra type checking, right, inside this, so that we can assign the value to this request, right? This request in a new value here, okay? That will be the ID of the user, right? And that's it. So that when you call this function authenticate, that will run first. If you look at the router right here, what we are doing is once you go to this route, right, with the delete, if you call the delete method, right, with this route, it will run this authenticate, okay? First this function will run, then only this delete book will run, okay? Once this function runs, right, it will do all that adding ID of the user and validating everything. So the delete book will run after. So I need to import that, right? Let's do that. Delete book, because we already exported, okay? So now go back here. No, just go back controller. So let's continue, right? So this is how you authenticate. Just remember that, right? Like just checking if the user logged in ID is same or not with the author inside the book, right? So if that is the same, then that means the same person book you are trying to delete. Okay, so now is the next part. So now, right, we want to delete the book, but before deleting the book inside our MongoDB, we want to delete that book cover and the PDF in the Cloudinary. Okay, so let's go to the Cloudinary and check. Let's log in, right? Log in. So this is a little bit tricky thing. Of course, if you have something connected here, right, you want to, when you delete, you want to clean this place also. So you must go to the Explore, right? Explore, Media Explore, not library, but Explore. Okay, and check this. If you go inside the book cover, right, let's say for example book cover, public ID. Okay, so we need something like this, book cover / this ID, right? And where do you get that one? Look at our book now, right? This is the cover image. Look at this, book cover / before dot, right, before JPG. So this value we need, that public ID is this value, right? And also for the book PDF, you're going to need book PDF until PDF. Okay, you're going to need all that, right? So just remember that we need that information to delete. So we have this in our book. Okay, remember we already fetched the single book. We have this cover image and file. So we're going to extract and get that ID, right? And then we call the Cloudinary object to function to delete or remove these things. Okay, so this public ID will do the job for us. So let's go back and look at that. So I will just explain here, right? What is this? What is this? Not update, but we are working on the delete. Okay, so if you look at here, okay, just imagine this is the link, right? This is the link for your image of the PDF, right? And you need up to this point, okay? Up to this point, right? So first thing, can we split this? Like book dot cover image, right? If we do that, book dot, this is the book. This is the book, right? Single book. Book dot cover image will give me this link, right? And then we're going to split that. This is a string. You're going to split in the slash, right? That means all this will be split, will do what? All these things will be added in the array with each value. Like this will be the one value, this will be another value, like 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, but whatever in the -2 and -1, right? That is all I need. -2 will be book covers and -1 will be the last one, right? We know that. Okay, for example, let's copy this, right? I will show you now. I will show you the trick. So let's inspect. I put this string, right? And I say string dot split, right? And I want to split in the slash now, right? Enter. So look at this. You get this array, right? The book cover here, that is a -2, and this one, right? The last one is this. Okay, so if I go back here and I say that is this will give me the whole thing, will give me array, right? So I will say square bracket -2, right? And then that will give me the whatever the last part plus. Okay, and I'm gonna put the string like this, right? Slash, and I'm gonna grab again -1, but I don't know if this will work here or not. Let's check, right? -1 and see what we get, right? But -1 has that dot jpg which we don't need. Okay, but we'll see. Enter now, right? We get not a value, but for now let's delete this because oh, why undefined? This gives me array, right? Array, then square bracket So it's just not chaining. I don't know why. Just give me undefined, right? So anyway, we got either we can store it in the variable and then work with that, right? Then it should do the job. But anyway, but you get the idea. The point is here getting that, getting this array, right? And store this array in a variable, and then we're going to grab this one and this one. And this one again, we're going to split at the dot and grab that part, right? This part, okay? So we're going to have book cover slash this put together. That's the idea, okay? And you're going to see even in the update also, right? So look at here. Book is that object, big object, the single book. Inside you're going to get cover image. You know, you have this is the book, right? Dot cover image. Okay, and split it. Okay, so you get array here, right? Now cover image public ID equal to this array at -2. So it will give us whatever at -2, that is the book covers, plus you add this line, and again you call this again right here, get at -1, that is the last one, question mark, and again split it at the dot, at the point, right? And get the second last, okay? The -1 will be the last, that is JPG, whatever, right? But the -2 will be the name before that, okay? That's it. So we got the value stored in this variable. All right, cover image public ID, right? We got this public ID now. So that's how you're gonna get in this, right? And same thing for the file also, book.file. That is the PDF, right? Book.file, and split at slash. In this case, we don't have to split the PDF, right? If you look at in the Cloudinary, I will show you. That's the for the image, okay? But let's go back and check the. Yeah, let's go back one time, or I'll just click this one, right? And go to the PDF, okay? And public ID, look at that, right? Book PDF, that's how it is stored. So we don't have to remove that PDF, okay? We just grab everything and put it in this format. So this will be unique for this item only, right? This name is public ID is only for this item. If you have many PDF, they all are gonna have different public ID. So let's go back and continue. So same thing here, okay? You split, you get the array, then you find the second last, that will be the PDF, whatever the book file, something like that name, and then slash the ID, right? And you can console log this too. And then how you delete, you just call the Cloudinary object we have already, right? Dot uploader dot destroy. Now uploader dot upload to do the upload, right? But destroy is to remove it. So destroy that. Fine. In case of PDF, you have to pass resource type raw, okay? You have to pass this one. But in case of image, you don't have to. In case of PDF, you just have to pass resource type raw, right? And finally, so we have removed the file from the Cloudinary. Next is book model dot delete one, right? We are deleting only one from the MongoDB. So book model, that is the schema, dot delete one, and you pass the ID, whatever we are deleting. So we have ID here, correct? We already get the ID from our params. You pass that and it will delete, right? And then just return the, send status, right? 004. So once you understand this part, right, that is the main logic here, okay? I mean, getting the book, single book, we know that already. If no book, then return the error, we know that, okay? This is authentication, right? We talk about this yesterday. So, in the book, we already have ID, the author, right? You can just check that author ID with the ID from here. which is coming from the authenticate, right? Fine. So I hope that will be okay, right? So let me just copy and then add it. So we have done the check for authentication. And now after that line, you know, basically, like splitting, getting the file like public ID, cover image public ID and the book file public ID, right? Where you get from the, where do you get that from? From our, link, right? URL, this one. Okay, so that's the information, right? The last one is that ID. How we know that? By verifying here. Okay, so that's the delete part. We can try now, right? By deleting, let's check. I think everything is done. Yeah, so we have already sent the delete book controller. We receive in the router already. Yeah, so let's do that. I mean, we can just take this link now, right? And go back to our postman. So I will just add something here, and then now we're gonna, the important is, remember, get is also there for the same route, but this time we're gonna call the delete, right? So the function, the controller function, which will be called based on this route. Okay, even though it has same path, it will be based on this one. Okay, the function which we have in, this is the function, right? This controller function, delete book function, will be based on this method. Okay, delete method. So now send the request, and so authorization token is required, right? So that means, we cannot delete this. Okay, that's the good thing. So here what we will do, right? Go to the header, or yeah, so we have to authorize. Fine, so let's go back and add that. So how are we going to do that? Body, let's go to the body as raw JSON visualization cookie result. Oh, here header. Why I'm clicking on the bottom, right? Here we can add even here, right? You can give the authorization and the key, but let's go back here, right? And then what is that's the bearer token, and we have this token already, right? Okay, so this token is from our, like the guy who created, right? That was the robot. Okay, so let's try now again and check. So it's automatically picked up from our, because we have in the post. Okay, so now send request, and look like we did not get any feedback. It should return like success. Okay, 204, right? So that is what we are returning, 204. Okay, yeah. So you can even send some message or just the status code 204, that is success, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go back to our MongoDB and check. Cloudinary, let's refresh this, right, and see what happens. So if you go to the media explorer, see, we don't have, right? Because there was only one file and we deleted that. Okay, let's go inside the book. You don't see anything. Okay, see, gone, right? Also, if we go to our MongoDB, right? Let's go sign in with the Google. So, like browse collection, right? Just click on that one to check the document, and inside the book you have nothing. So the books, right, you have no data yet, zero result. Okay, if you look at the user, you still have one user, right? This will be one user there. We have clicked many times. Okay, so there was Dave from before, right? 1, 2, and then we have this robot. Right now robot is the one who logged in, right? So go back here now, and in the post, the post with the data right here. So if you click, or basically, like create post, right? So look at the authorization. Okay, authorization here, we have this already, the header, right? So we are using that. It's kind of logged in user, right? We just authorization with the bearer token. Okay, so send now, right? So if you go to the body with the form data with all this title, description, cover, there is the HTML. We have selected this already file here, right? Send this. Now if you go to the book, or maybe refresh, right? Yeah, look at it, we get that ID. I mean, you have the document ID, author ID is here, look at that, right? So everything is here. And now even in the, just refresh and see what happened. So see, we have this new book covers, and also go back to check the PDF, right? So the PDF, fine. So everything working now. The last thing is update now, right? So let's quickly go through that also. I mean, by understanding this delete, it will be also easy to understand that update part. Okay. So again, you're going to update with some ID. You can authenticate also, because you want someone to be authenticated before they upload, right? Basically before they update. Okay. So remember, in the create, we upload the fields, right? We upload fields in order to, like, remember the, what you call that, multer, right? From the multer, you can upload, like, create the temporary files in your server, right? Whatever you are uploading, the PDF and the cover page. So for that, you're going to need this. And then finally you call your update book, right? Okay. So that's the route. The route will be basically same like a delete or get single book, right? Same thing. This is the route. The only thing is you're going to call the authenticate middleware, and then multer one. After that only it will run this one. So authenticate has the next function already. So after authentication, it will run this function, and then finally it will run our controller, right? So go to the book router and add this here. So we don't have update controller, but look at the create, right? Let's look at the create. Same thing, like post. That's the, like root route, localhost 5000/API/books. Then authenticate, then load, basically upload fields, right? Then create. So multer is here. Look at this multer function running to handle that local creation of the file in the uploads here, right? Okay. The multer, what multer does is copy the file from our local storage and stored in the temporary folder here, right? Inside our server memory. Okay. So that's the exact same thing, but this time our, the route is patch, that is updating, right? Or maybe put. So it will be same like this one. Our route is same, right? So here we can call it update book, and the route will be this one. But maybe we don't have this ID, right? So this ID change, but just as example, just take it like that. Okay. Next is to create this update update function. So if you go to the Cloudinary, right, here we have get all, get single book, then post, basically like user, right, login, create user, that is sign up. Then this will be the book, create new book, delete book. Okay, so let's do the update, right? So here will be patch, and the route will be same like delete, like this. But we're gonna, right now we don't have this ID, so we have to get the new ID. Okay, because we deleted already, right? So how you get, just refresh, let's get all the books, right, by refreshing this. We have only one, so that, okay, why? Okay, so we have some error, right? Because we have this error, that's why it will not run. Okay, but now let's fix that one. So here we're gonna create the controller now, right? Next one is update book. Fine. So let's go back and continuously work on that. So the up to here is same, right? And even you get this book, single book, because you want to check if the book is available in the project or not, right? Let me walk through first, and then we're gonna copy the code. Okay, where is that update, guys? So just look at this part, right? The function will be same as before, request response, next parameter async, right? Then bracket start. First thing, remember, update. When we update, we're gonna send the data, right? Title, description, genre. Same thing like our post here. You're gonna send this title, description, genre, right? And also cover, image, and file. But first we grab this title, description, and genre, GENRE, right? GENRE, okay? From the request body. This request body has that data, okay? That is what we get here. Next is the getting the book ID from the getting book ID from here, right? This book ID from the params. So request.params in the parameter, right? So request.params.book ID. You get that? You have book ID now. Next, we go to the MongoDB model and find one. We're just gonna grab the book ID, right? I mean, once you pass this object called underscore book underscore ID, right, and pass the ID, it will give you that single book stored in this variable. Next, we check, let's say you did not get the book, right? Somehow there is no book with that ID. Then that's why we're checking. This will be null. So that means null, not null will be true, right? That's why when this is true, then you're going to return it with the error message, that is book not found. Okay, but if there is book, that is true. Okay, so not book means there is book, that is true, but if make not book, that is false. So the if will not work in the false condition. Okay, so that means you work once you have book, you just move to this line, right? You do the authenticate, same process. You have authentication on the top of our file imported. You check if the book author is because inside this book there is author ID, right, is not equal to the request user ID. Okay, if that is not equal, then return the error and you finish it, right? Just stop there. But they match, they match, right? This ID is equal to this. That means basically this will be, what you call that, this will be false, right? If they are not equal, then true, but if they are equal, then this will be false, and if will never run, it will move to the next line now. Okay, so from here, right, it's same process now, the way we created, right, create the new book. Okay, that's the same process up to this point, right? So let's walk through. It's little bit of confusing, but So we have that file from our local storage. Remember, the multer has added the file already in our folder here. The multer will gonna add this file here, that is inside the request.file, right? Request.files. And remember the type checking for that one, right? We added yesterday. The next, complete cover image. Let's create one variable called complete cover image. For now, is keep it empty, right? If this file has cover image, this is object, right? Inside there is a cover image. Then file name, just create variable, because we are trying to get that name, right? So file name, cover image, like whatever is the 0, right? In the 0 position, and grab the file name. Okay. So I mean, if we console log, we can see that, right? So we're gonna just do console log, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Then you're gonna get the cover meme type again. That is the extension. Remember, you split the extension from there and store in here. Then path of the file, grab the path of the file. Okay. Once you have path of the file, right, and then complete cover image equal to, if you get the file name, right, if you have the file name here, just store in this complete cover image. Okay, fine. Either it will be empty or you're gonna get this, right? Fine. So once we have all this ready, then you do the update uploading work now, right? Await cloudinary.uploader.upload, right? You pass the file path and then few parameters as an object, right? File name override complete cover image, either it will be empty or whatever the file name, right? And then give the name for the folder, that is book covers, so it should go inside the book covers. Format will be like JPG, PDF, whatever, right, for that file, PNG, which is stored in this cover meme type, and done. So it will upload your image in the Cloudinary. Finish, right? So now completed cover image, complete cover image, right? What is that? Complete cover image. So inside this complete cover image again, right, what we are doing is, remember here, once we upload, right, it will give you back some object, okay, stored in this variable, right? From that variable, you're gonna get the secure URL, because we still need to, grab the URL and send to our MongoDB storage later, right, when we update. Okay, so we have this stored in this file again. Same thing, look at the use case of this variable, right? For now, we are storing the name, and later we just store that URL. So, you can use that, right? And then you call the fs promise and unlink that file path. Okay, means just get rid of this file path, so that in our local memory, that file will be clear, right? Done. Now same thing for our PDF file. Complete file name is empty. Start with the file.files, get the like file path, right? Here we don't need to deal with the meme, right? So that's why you just get the file name first. Store the file name in the complete file path. File name here. Finally, we do the upload work with the Cloudinary, right? Book file path, and pass the resource type raw for PDF. Override will be the file name and the folder inside the book PDF, and the format is PDF, right? You just pass these things for PDF and done. Once this will be done, you have this return value inside the upload result PDF, from where you're gonna get the secure URL, right? And after, you just unlink our file from the local memory, which will be inside here, right? Inside here, unlink that PDF also from this upload one. Okay, so we have done uploading part now, right? The next thing is updating the book inside the MongoDB. So find one and update, that's the function, right? The book model, see, before we use find to find all books, find one for finding one books, delete for deleting one book, right? So for update is saying find one and update. This is the function to use for updating the book, right? So how it works, this function flows here, right? Inside you have this parameter, that is the first object, right? Where you're gonna give the ID. Which book you are want to update, give the ID of that book. That's first parameter. Second parameter is all our data, right? So title, description, genre, cover image, so complete cover image, if that's true, right? Then put that complete cover image. If there is no complete cover image, then book already have cover image. Remember, we have the single book on the top, right? Just get from there. Okay, we just use or symbol, right? Ternary operator, we know that. If this is true, if there is a complete cover image, then use that one. If not, just use the book cover image, right? Same thing for the file also. If there is the link for that complete file name, use that. If not, just use the whatever in the book file, right, for now. And then finally just new true, right? So that you will get the update book response back, which you can return it. Just return here, right? So let's go back and check. Let's see, update, right? Yeah. Let me copy. I hope you guys can try that. Just go through, try, and then if you have any question, you can ask me any part, right, later. I know it will be difficult to complete all this same time, but whenever you get time, just try it. Okay. So here, let's put that, and what I want to show you, right? Let's put some console log. Okay. What I'm going to do is complete cover image, right? So I want to show you this console.log complete cover image. So like it will return once. No, not that one, but let's do the upload result, right? When you upload, what are you getting back? Okay, and from there we are getting the URL, right, which is secure URL stored in this one. And same thing happens to other one also, the which is on the bottom, right? So the book file name, upload result PDF, right? Here, console.log upload PDF, upload result PDF. Fine. And yes, and the title, you already have title, description, which we getting for requested params on the top right here, title, description, genre. We managed to get that URL from after uploading the PDF files. So right, and also we are doing the authentication. Fine. So let's try to update and see if this work. Okay, go back here. So we're gonna need now, right? We're gonna need, let's get first. Okay, let's get, because we're gonna need the ID. So click on this, and there is nothing, right? What is saying? Okay, so I have not sent that. That's the thing. So the update book here, what is that? Update book function, you have to return, or controller, right? You have to return here. And also we go to our routes, and we have not received yet. So let's receive that on the top. And it should work now, right? So error is gone. Okay, save this. Let's try again. So because we have one book inside, I'm trying to get that, right? Let's send request. And we got now, right? So we got this. So this book ID, we're gonna update. All right. And also see the robot, this is the user, right? So also we have to add that authentication, authorization also. So paths, I'm gonna take this out, right? In authorization, let's select the bearer token and we will receive, because it's already inside our post and everywhere, right? So that's good, so that only this person can delete, right? Now we need to, in the body, right, we need to add the data now. Okay, so what are the data we have? We're gonna have title, right? So look at the post. Okay, let's go to the post. I don't know if we can copy from here all of it. No. Title, description, cover, image, file, genre, right? So title, let's add title, because we are updating, right? So title. Oh, no need this string, just put title like that, right? The value will be, let's call it maybe Robert Welker update, right? And then description. So this name must be same, right? According to our schema. Okay, so if you look at the control, right, model here, it must be same. Okay, this one. Description, right, and add it something, like let's call it what, JavaScript, like that. And then we have the genre, right? Author, we not worry about that, it will be added automatically, right? So cover, image, file. Okay, let's put the genre, right? First, Genre, right? So we can call it maybe computer science or web programming, right? Web programming, like that. And then we're gonna do the cover image first. So cover image, right? And this we're gonna load file. Okay, so let's select that file, upload file. Where is it? Okay, plus symbol. So JS cover image, fine, I have one added already. Okay, and the next one is file, right? File, so that will be file, that is text file. Okay, or PDF file, right? So this one, fine. So I think we got title, description, genre, right? Title, description, genre, and see, this author will be automatically added from the this object ID, right? Automatically it will be added, right? Basically we're not adding we are updating. Okay, so we have author there already, right? We are not adding again. We created the first time, we are updating, so there is already author ID, so we don't have to worry about it. But it will verify, right? It's gonna verify with our this token. Fine, so let's try and send the request and see what we get back, right? So what is the return back here? Let's see. I think the whatever is the updated one, right? Response is the updated book. Okay, so we should get, let's return it. Return, we're gonna get this response back, right? It's running, yeah. So send the request. So you can see something coming back here, right? And also it's updated. So see, the first one is the public ID. I want to show you that URL. What is that? Secure URL, right? Look at the secure URL. Okay, so from that file, because whatever we console log, remember that console log here, uploaded result PDF, right? Or maybe the file. Okay, the uploaded image file. Where is that? Console log. That's this is a PDF, but other one is should be somewhere here. This uploaded result, right? Look at this. Okay, so from there we are getting this secure, right? So this is the object. That is basically the object when you upload, right? It is coming from the Cloudinary, and that secure URL is the public link. So if I open this now, right, this one, open, you can get that image, okay? And also, that link we are storing in our MongoDB. That is all we are doing, right? And also look at this PDF file, okay? So this will be the book which we upload in the Cloudinary, right? And this is the JavaScript book, fine? So that link we added in our MongoDB, right? So let's refresh here and see what happened. So the title is HTML CSS, but we changed to JavaScript, right? So check now. So yeah, robot welcome update JavaScript. Okay, I think when I'm uploading, right, it looks okay. Okay, maybe I should not have add the like I should not have put the quotation mark in here, right? That's the mistake is happening. This, you don't have to value, just leave it like that. I think text is it just saying text, right? Like that. And upload. Let's send it again and see what happens. So now you can see it's properly added. Before it has the all that skipping, right? Skip when it printing, because just treating that text quotation also as a text, right? I mean, I was thinking string, but it's okay. Now it looks in the proper way. And if I refresh, you're not gonna see the double quote, right? Yeah. So it's okay now. Earlier when I was experiment with this, I figured out something wrong, right? So what is that? Let me show you. Let's close that. So you guys can figure out in the future, okay? So when we update, right? See, we are just adding the file again and again here. Look at this. This file because we are not deleting the last one, we just keep adding, right? So of course the file we're gonna get is the last one, right? Whatever is the last one, that link, whatever we're gonna get from here will be the link, this link, right? That's okay, but it's not good, we keep adding things over and over, right? We should delete it. So what is the idea to delete that? Okay, so what I'm thinking now, right, before we upload here, before you upload, okay, because we don't have way to update, right? We're not update, I mean, we adding something automatically, right? So before we do the upload, we have that, we have to do the same process what we did with the delete somewhere here, right? And then delete that one first, delete that in the Cloudinary, and then finally upload the new one. So, right? So that is the one idea you can take care. Try, right? If you get time, just try. If not, for now, just leave it. Okay, guys. So thank you very much. We have done the CRUD operation with the Cloudinary and all that. We learned, how to store some data in the server, right? In the cloud. This is one way. I mean, there is different way, but okay. So, but you get some idea, right? That's fine. Let me stop and then we're gonna talk.